guys, welcome back to my channel. I have Robbie here with me today. If you're an OG, you probably remember him from like my very first like vlog or two.
Oof.
So I did like a day in my life back when like I was like at FLC, and so there's like clips from like the ballet room when I was like too nervous to film around people because I didn't want people to know I was filming.
LOL.
And then like when Squad Minus One walked around downtown all the way from the ballet studio all the way down to Old Town.
Oof, that was a day.
And then walked back because you had rehearsal. Yeah, that was fun. Robert ate candy off the ground. I watched that recently, and I laughed a lot. It's been like 4 years, which is really crazy to think about. Because it doesn't feel like that long, but it also feels like I've known you like my whole life, you know?
Yeah, we can like pop up like pictures from back in the day, like
picture.
picture.
For a while, we decided to make our exes jealous and pretend we were dating. My ex actually thought we were for a while, and I'm like, honey, we both gay.
My ex was like, untrue.
Right. Yeah, his ex hated me. I'm pretty sure Hunter didn't like you either, though. We can move on from that subject. But we're married now.
It's about to be Facebook official.
Yay! I never use Facebook, but I'm gonna go on it just for that. So we're just gonna sit down, we're gonna talk because we don't know what we want to talk about, so we're just gonna talk about everything. So this might turn into a couple videos.
This might like cry, you know, just like emotions.
We'll just be like, there'll just be like a cut and we'll be like crying and cuddling with each other like Let's see, we met each other through dance. We both were at FLC's dance program. You were doing like every single class that semester. He did like ballet, jazz, modern, musical theater, like every single one, and he was like dying in the dressing room. Like I like had this whole time where I was sitting down for like 30 plus minutes and he was running back and forth like strip, and then like run out and then like go back on stage. And then Debbie said that you can't take all the dance classes at once because it was too much.
Yeah, literally because I was dead.
Robert made it so that we can't take too many dance classes.
Yeah, because there was like too many projects and I didn't try on them and like...
Oof. I taught you how to partner. I remember that.
Yeah, I sucked.
I convinced you to go to Sac Ballet and do Nutcracker.
Yes.
And then, because of that, Ron really liked you, and you got a lot of opportunities because of that.
Yeah, that's where I got my first professional career starting.
He went to Sac Ballet. He guested in a couple of the programs.
Yeah.
It was Karina Barona,
Giselle, and then Nutcracker I worked under.
Oh yeah, you worked backstage in Nutcracker. You worked on like the floor, whatever it's called. I'm like the sales floor. No, not retail.
I helped the guild. Yeah.
Yeah. There was a whole bunch of stuff he did.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
A big
we
opportunity.
teach. I won't say we teach together. Like we kind of don't, but like we also kind of do.
Now, yeah.
Yeah, now.
A lot of people look to us to like reference and like
right,
they look up to us like definitely.
Sometimes he texts me and he's like, I have to teach a ballet class. What the heck am I doing? Please help me. And then I like laugh and like forget because I'm really bad at like remembering things as a general and planning things and sticking to plans. I blame anxiety, TBH.
Honestly, same though.
Robert understands. He's a really good friend. He doesn't get mad at me for being a shitty friend.
I didn't say you're a shitty friend, oh my god.
The other night I was like actually afraid like Robert's gonna be so mad at me that I have to change plans again. We were supposed to do this yesterday, and then I got called into work because my boss's kid had a severe allergic reaction to peanut butter and they were in the hospital. And I felt really bad. I'm like, I have to cover for her. I can't say no to this because this is an actual like thing. But I told Robert I wouldn't cancel again, and he made me promise, and he's gonna be so mad at me. And you were just like, Jen. And I was like, I'll come over after work and I'll sleep over. And you were like, oh no, that's perfect. I was like, okay, good. He's not mad. Robert's very understanding. I love him the mostest. That's us.
That's pretty much, yeah.
That's
that was like a sum of like 4 years and like just kind of like, what, 30 seconds?
I don't know. It doesn't say.
I think like what really works between like Jen and I is like our communication skills. Like sometimes like sometimes we'd go into like the dance space and literally just be like, are you okay? And be like, no.
Yeah, we always seem to know when each other's not okay.
Yeah, like
we don't need to say it a lot of times.
I feel like that right there was the cause to a lot of problems at FLC, because like one day like Jen came into the space and was like, what's wrong? And I was like, and I slightly said it a little bit too loud for people to hear, but like I told Jen, I was like, X, Y, and Z made me pissed off today, and
Tea.
A lot of problems.
See, the thing about me, I'm very intuitive, and I've learned that I sense vibes extremely well, both with people that I'm close to and rooms as a general. Like, I can walk into a place and feel the vibe. This is why I'm a witch. Oh, have I not told you this yet?
No.
Okay, I'm a total witch. Yeah, so, fun fact, we're both Cancers. And I think that also plays a huge role in our friendship because Cancers are very, again, very intuitive, very emotional, feeling people.
Well, yeah, like what
when we feel things. I was talking to this morning because he was talking to me about something that happened. I was like, well, you know, as Cancers, we're very emotional people. When we feel something, we feel it super strongly. Like, we don't just have, like, fleeting, like, emotions. When we feel something, we feel it strongly, like, 110%.
I guess it's like...
It's like we dedicate ourselves to something, we are there. We aren't, like, we don't half-ass shit.
Yeah, like, what I tell people is, like, basically when it comes to...
People don't believe us.
When it comes to, like, friends and, like, people that we love or, like, you know, just in general, it's like, if somebody's gonna go after one of my friends, like, I'm gonna be there, like, for them 100%. Like, I'm gonna go to bat for them. Like, honestly, like, for me, it's just always been like that, like, my whole life, I feel like. I've done that for maybe, like, all of my friends. And, you know, like, here and there, like, people wouldn't do that for me, so, like, you know, I've just weeded those toxic people out.
We are super compatible. Wow, I'm sorry, interruption.
We're husband and wife. Let's go.
We are. Let's see, our compatibility is on our basic identities, because we're both Cancers. In love and pleasure, we both align with Gemini.
Ew.
That's a gross thought that we align in that.
Dare you also think of Gemini?
Okay. Philosophies of life, we're both Pisces. Senses of responsibility, we're Taurus. We do not line up in intellect and communication, F, and sex and aggression, which is fine.
What's really cool about, like, mine and Jen's friendship is, like, how, regardless of, like, if there's, like, X, Y, and Z happening in the world, like, people, like, drama or, like, whatever, like, we, at the end of the day, know, like, where our friendship stands, and, like, nothing will break that foundation because of how, like, strong it is. Like, if you're building a house and, like, you have, like, the concrete cement base,
Don't
like,
build a house on a beach. Sand is not good.
but, like, I just feel like we've always gone back to, like, that, and
We
that's
always
what's
come
made
back
us
to the basic
stronger.
foundation of our friendship.
Yeah.
Our friendship has gone back and forth a lot over the years that we've known each other, partly because of my boyfriends, partly because of our own emotional, mental issues that we are going through. So it's like sometimes we'll be like best friends, and then other times we're like, I hate you, get out of my life, you're causing me mental stress. And then we cry because we yell at each other, and then like 6 months later we're best friends again. So it's kind of weird, but also kind of like, we always come back to the point of being best friends. And even when we're like not friends, whether it was from us going through our own thing or a miscommunication or whatever it was, like, I've always known that if I need anything, I can come to you, that our friendship is always there, even if we're like mad at each other or whatever. Like, I just always know that, like, we'll be fine. And like, I always know that we're married. I always know.
Yeah, I think that's, like, I hope, like, some people someday also find, like, a friendship like that, like, regardless, like, I don't know who's gonna be watching these videos. I mean, like, whoever knows, like, we'll look at these videos, like, later in life, but, like, honestly, though, like, whatever age you are, like, if you're in high school, if you're in middle school, if you're, like, an adult now, like, honestly, all I can say is, like, somebody needs, like, a Jen in your life, that, like, if you are going through something, like, completely awful, like, you can always go to, like, that person and be like, hey, today I'm feeling, like, emotional, and, like, this is what's going on, or, like, today, like, my mom is, like, dying, or, like, something like that, or, like, hey, like...
That took a turn.
I mean, like, I was just using examples, but, like, what I mean is, like, you know, like, if you are going through something that is traumatic, like, you know, like, today my partner hit me, or, like, you know, like, something... Whatever it is, like, you can go to, like, that person, because, like, you're not alone in situations, and, like, sometimes I always, like, I mean, like, my stuff in my life, I always feel like I'm going through it alone, but, like, you do have, like, a community of people who are gonna be there for you, and Jen, I feel like, throughout the years, has always been that person for me, whether it be, like, my boy drama, or, like, you know, school drama, or, like, whatever it is, it's just always been, like, that safe space and that rock for me, and I hope that, like, people in their lives have somebody like that, because that's, like, super, super important.
choosing friends is really hard, but it's such like an important thing to be like aware of who and how you choose things. Like you don't want people that like drag you down. You don't want people that, because like I had a friend who was always like, oh well, I'm being super blunt, like everyone else, like they just like don't say things to your face. But like what I realized later was like, because like I always feel bad after talking to him, and like he was really dragging me down, and it was one of those things where I realized later that he wasn't being blunt, he was more just kind of being a douche. Because I have lots of friends that are blunt with me. Robert's pretty blunt with me. If I do something that's stupid, Robert's like, why are you like this? Why are you stupid? Why do you not see the thing? And I have lots, right, like I have lots of friends like that. Like Charlie's like that, Kat's like that, you're like that, you know, like Caden's like that, Abby's like that. So all my close friends, you know, they'll all tell me when I'm being stupid. But, like, that's what you need, you know, you need people who aren't afraid to tell you the truth, but, like, you need people who are support you no matter what. Like, I could make a stupid decision, and they're like, you know, I don't think this is a good decision, but, like, you're my friend, so I'm gonna, like, support you and make sure that you're not alone.
I just, you know, and that's, like, I think, like, what this video comes down to is just, like, talking about the importance of making friends. Like, Jen and I met in college, so, like, but, like, and I hope some of you guys have friends that, like, if you've been friends with them in high school, and like sometimes like sit down and reevaluate, like, are these people supporting me with, you know, not just my education, but like my social life, my career, family life. Like it's just like that's what it comes down to when it comes to like friendships. And I think like Jen and I have like focused on a lot of those things, like family values, like our friendships, our social, like, you know, experiences, our social imagination per se. You know, whether it comes to dating or like, you know, love and acceptance and like beauty and like everything. I just feel like you as a person can thrive with a community that supports you. And Jen and like
communities are very important.
Yeah, like you just need a community of like friends that like do that for you. Cause like, I mean, for me, if we can talk about like trauma and stuff, like, you know, going through like traumatic experiences and stuff, and then having that community that supports you regardless of what it is and still love you at the end of the day, that's when you know, like, those people are like your ride or dies, you know. And Jen, for me, throughout the 4 years, it's always came down to that. Like, hey, like, you know, this traumatic experience happened, and like, I just need a friend right now, and like, let's put our drama bullshit aside, and like, here we are, like, we're thriving, we're here, we're queer, we're ready to like roll. And so,
see, I think the other thing about us that makes us really good together is that we also know when to focus on the things that we're going through and when to not. Like, sometimes we're like, hey, we're both going through shit, and we just hang out. We don't talk about it. We just hang out, and we chill, and we distract ourselves for a bit. And sometimes you need that. Like, you don't always need to focus on it. Like, sometimes you need to talk about it and get advice, or to just get it out of your chest, get it out of your head. And sometimes you need to just not think about it and just be, you know, out of it. And I think we're really good at that and judging that with each other. Maybe it's because we're both cancers. I don't really know. I think it's just because, you know, we've both changed a lot in 4 years. Like, the time of, like, starting, like, the age we're at, I say this to a lot of people, like, you know, throughout high school and all the way until, like, I'd say, like, 25, every year makes such a huge difference in, like, mental growth, developmental growth, like, your mind, you as a person. That's high school and college is the time you're figuring out who the F you are and how you fit into the world. And so when we met at the beginning of college, I was like this sweet little pure innocent like ballerina Christian angel, and now I'm like this like witch who swears and has a lesbian haircut and like
thriving.
Yeah, thriving. And like
I'm still the fag that I am today that I was 4 years ago. Sorry.
But you've changed a lot too. Like, even my mom, he saw my mom own it because I was like, I said I'd sleep over, but like I forgot to grab clothes. So we went to my house because it's not a big deal. We live 5 minutes from each other, which is very convenient.
Yeah.
But so of course my mom, like, he calls my mom mom. Like, that's how our friendship is. My mom is a mom to a lot of people. And like he was telling her like, yeah, I'm doing this now and I'm doing this and I'm trying to get this done, and she's like, I'm really proud of you, like you're really doing a lot, you're really thriving. And like it's funny because he asked me like before we went to the house, he's like, does your mom even like me? I'm like, yes, my mom loves you.
I'm like a crazy bitch, so yeah.
But like I do the same thing with you. Like sometimes we're like gonna hang out, you're like, oh, Allie's gonna come over. I'm like, does Allie like me? I feel like Allie.
Oh my god,
like
Allie.
And he was just like, dude, just ask her, she'll be honest with you. I'm like, I'm not gonna say that, like, hey, by the way, do you like me or do you hate me? Because then, like, what if she doesn't? She'll be like, no, I hate you. I'm like, okay, this is awkward now. Like,
no, I don't think Allie hates anyone.
no. She helps me with my cat. Sometimes I text her, I'm like, I don't want to go to a vet because vets are expensive and I'm broke as fuck. But, like, please, like, this is happening. What do I do? And Allie gives me advice for my cat, and I love her. Allie's good.
Throw us a picture of Allie. Okay. She's my best friend, oh my god.
Robert has a lot of best friends.
I have my tight-knit group of best friends.
See, I have like this thing where it's like my family, because I view my friends, my close group of friends, they're my family. So like I have like probably like a handful of them, and then there's like my best friends, you know, who there's probably like 2 or 3 people I'd give that title to. But it's like, you know, to me, like, there's been a lot of stuff that's gone on through my life. Like, I almost feel like friends are the more important family in my life. And, like, Mom, I know you watch this. I'm not excluding you from this. I know you watch these. It's just one of those things where we're, like, everything I've been through, you know, you don't choose who your family is. And, you know, I don't always get along with, like, my family. Like, not my immediate family, but, like, other than that. And, like, sometimes, like, there's stuff that you like, don't want to talk to your family about, because sometimes it involves them. And so that's when, you know, you have what I call your family. Because you choose who your friends are. You choose who that, you know, close-knit circle is. I couldn't think of the word for a minute. And, you know, that's why I think that's almost more important to have. Because if you don't have that, like, yeah, your family's there, but, like, they don't have a choice to be there. These people, like, they have the choice to stay in your life or not.
Mm-hmm.
And we've definitely cut each other out of our lives several times. But that's because of reasons.
Bullshit, mediocre,
My ex-boyfriend.
Same. But I feel like for me, like, when it comes to, like, when I say, like, everyone's like, Robbie, you have, like, a ton of best friends. And I'm
No,
like,
that was one of my ex's problems. He's like, he says everyone's his best friend.
And I'm just like, well, here's the sitch, sis. Like, I've gone through a lot of different things, and these are the people who have stayed with me through the course of it. So, like, all I can say is like, you know, like, I have these group of best friends, I have these close friends, and then, like, these are just people that I know, but, like, I'll be like, oh, they're my friend, like, somebody, like, I'll go party with, or, like, something like that. But, like, for me, it's just, like, those people, like, matter, like, their opinion of me matters the most. These people, like, semi-matter, and then, like, I don't give a fuck what they think of me. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and that's just, like, that's just how it is, I feel like, for me and what I go through, I guess. So, I mean, if people don't like that, I don't give a shit. Like, I mean, I'll tell you straight up, like, what I think of you, I mean, like, I'm very, like, blunt, I'm very, like, you know.
Again, going back to that blunt thing, though.
Yeah, like, I literally will tell you, like, I'm sorry, but, like, you know, I had this happen to me, and, like, you weren't there for me, so, like, why should I be there for you, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So, like, and, like,
it needs to go both ways.
Yeah, and then, like, what I've also learned is, like, sometimes, like, I'll be going through something, and I won't do that for, like, my friends or something, so they'll get mad at me and being like, you know, I'm always there for you or whatever, and it's like, no, I'm actually just walking away from this trauma or, like, this experience, and, like, I'm in the process of that, so, like, I am here for you, but, like, I can't be there for you right now because I'm going through
Right,
this.
and sometimes it's very important to know, I feel like I was either just talking to someone about this or just reading something about this. You don't always have the mental energy or the mental space. You don't always have the spoons needed to be there for someone. And you can be there for them, but not be able to be, like, physically there helping them. Or even, like, emotionally be there for them because you either have your own stuff you're going through or you just don't have the mental energy for it. You know, we both have, like, high-functioning anxiety, like, depression, like, a whole bunch of shit. And, you know, sometimes you can't deal with stuff. Like, people will come to me and, like, they'll tell me stuff, and I have a really hard time with saying that I can't help you right now because I feel like, you know, oh, well, they're my friend, like, I have to be there for them, like, blah, blah, but I have to realize that it's okay to say, I'm not in the mental place to help you right now. You can talk to me, but I'm not in the mental place to be able to offer you advice or, you know, an ear to always come listen to. Like, know that I'm always there for you, but I can't do that right now.
Yeah, like, sometimes for me, like, when people...
It's hard.
Yeah, like, when people are, like, trying to, like, have me be there for them, I'm like, hey, like, I can't offer you advice, but I'm giving you my presence.
Mm-hmm.
And I hope, like, you know, I'm like active listening, but like I really don't know what to say or like what to do. And a lot of people are like, I don't want advice, like I don't want you to do anything. And it's like, cool, like I'm just here. And then like sometimes like people get mad, they're like, I just want you to talk to me. And it's like, I really don't even know what to say half the time, because like, you know, this might be happening to you, but like I personally am going through something, and like I've been going through it for a while, and I'm just now being able to pull myself out of it. So like,
right.
You know, you just gotta kind of bear with me a little bit. But, and I feel like that's with a lot of people too. I'm like I understand that some people like have their own issues and stuff, but like if you take a second to like walk a mile in their shoes, then like you can, you know, fully like, I guess I'm hoping that people do that for me, and walk a mile in my shoes for a little bit, and be like, oh, they're not like being disregarding or, you know, neglecting. It's more of just like they're doing the best they can.
Right. And like something you mentioned, you know, like sometimes people like they don't want advice. Sometimes they just want to talk. You know, I have a couple friends where I'll start talking to them about something, and they're like, okay, my sister does this too. She's really good at this, and she'll be like, do you want advice or do you just want to talk to me? Like it, and they ask that question, and I think that's so important. I forget to do that all the time. And I just do whatever I feel like doing in the moment, but that's not, like, I think it's very important, because if you give someone advice and they're not looking for advice, they're just going to get, like, bitter and be like, okay, yeah, but sometimes people just want you to sympathize with them. Sometimes they just need to get off their chest. I think that's such an important question to ask. The first time my sister asked that, I was like, wow, actually, like, and sometimes I'm like, kind of both. Actually, like, I'm not looking for advice, but I'll take advice.
I feel like a lot of people give me advice and I don't listen.
Anyone else was here, lol.
LOL. Like what I was saying
Scared
was,
me.
You know, just, I like totally forgot like what I was thinking. I think what it comes down to is like, just being there for a person, honestly, like, whether they want like advice or not, it's just like hearing them, being like an active listener and like listening to them so you can like try to understand what they're going through, I think is what helps me, I guess. But I mean, it really just depends on like the situation. Like if it's boy stuff, I'm like, I have no advice. Like I'm not good in that realm. There's just like, that's just not my forte. But when it comes to like career and education and like things like that, I'm just like, oh well, there's like this resource that you can use and utilize to like advance like this and stuff. Oh god, I feel like such a nerd.
We're both nerds.
It's fine.
Technically geek is what I like to go by. I feel like nerd is more of like the bookie.
Oh my
like,
god, I was literally just
person.
about to say, I was about to be like, oh my god, here's this book that you can read and like you
and
can
like
totally
geek
like
is more like for like
talk about
movies and shows and like comic books, like that sort of thing. I'm a geek. My sister, complete nerd. My oldest sister, Michelle, the one who basically raised me, yeah, she's a geek. That's why I'm a geek.
Like, where's my backpack? Like, pulls out books that you should read.
Here's how to fix your life 101.
I hope people comment, like, what they want to see in here.
Yeah, please comment on what you want to see in here and ask us questions, please. Because we're going to do more videos together.
Yes.
Once I figure out what his channel is, I'll put the link in the description, that way you can go follow him too, because please support my friends.
Yeah, and then you can follow my Instagram, we'll like put it above me. It was nice that everyone got to like meet me a little bit.
Yeah, so yeah, go like as we said, go comment below, go follow Robbie, and yeah, I'll see you next week. Bye guys.
Bye.